friends, welcome back to my channel. Sass here. I'm here to do 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After. Bad boys, oh what you gonna do? Oh what you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, oh what you gonna do? Oh what you gonna do when they come for you? What you gonna do, Jay? In this episode of Cops, let's talk about Jay and Ashley, alright? Ashley, she's on the phone with Charlie Brown's teacher. And as we know, Charlie Brown's teacher said, oh, no. It wasn't just a blowjob. We did everything you can imagine when it comes to a sexual activity. Okay. They had full-blown sex, y'all. Full-blown sex. So we see Ashley and her friend tossing Jay's stuff down the stairs. Clothes, shoes, Capri Suns. Honey, she just a tossing. She mad as hell. She pale and she got the raccoon eyes. Honey, her mascara is just raining down her face. Black all up underneath her eyes. Honey, she look a mess. Crying, upset, okay? So they hear a car. They look outside and they're like, who is that? Here walks up Jay in his backpack. Okay. Jay just don't understand what's going on. So here's Ashley. Ashley said, you got something to tell me? Okay, because I talked to Charlie Brown's teacher. And she told me everything. She told me that it was not just a blowjob. That it was the licking of the vajayjay. That it was the intercourse. It was all of it. It wasn't just a blowjob. What you got to say for yourself? Here's Jay looking like who done it and what for? Well, she offered. Jay was like, look here, you know, she offered, so what I supposed to do with that? Of course, Ashley and him go back and forth. And then Ashley was like, get your stuff and get out, okay? I don't have time for you or your lies. You got to go. So here's Jay. Whose fault is that? Whose fault is it that I had to go and bang some random whore in a bathroom of a barbershop? Whose fault is that? Honey, when I tell you he said those fatal words, honey, Ashley jumped up. She was all up in his face and she was like, what you say to me? What you say? You said it's my fault? She was like, get out, get out. Honey, she pushes him. He gets up. He grabs her. He was like, now, wait a minute. So the friends tried to, like, break up. And, of course, Ashley says, get out. Jay looking dazed and confused. So he goes outside. Okay. Now, this is the part where we know that Ashley ain't nothing but a bottom-out cow. Okay. Jay is out the house without his stuff. He's not even on the porch. He's not even in the yard. He is in the road. What did Ashley do? Honey, Ashley called 911. Honey, Ashley called the law real quick. All right? She was so quick and eager to call the law on this boy. The boy was standing in the middle of the street. He wasn't even nowhere near her house. Okay. Y'all know Ashley was ready. Honey, as soon as she said, send someone on now. Honey, I bet you that dispatcher was like this. All units need for all the units to respond. We have a domestic dispute between the Niglet and the Caucasian woman. She is afraid. Harry. Code red. So, of course, Jay, he's outside talking to the producer. Cops roll up. Jay was like, is that the cops? She called the cops on me? What's going on? She called the cops on me? Ash and her friend peeking out the window. The producer was like, look, I've been out here with you. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if she called the cops or not. So, of course, the cops roll in. They're questioning Jay, asking him asking Jay where he come from. Jay's like, I'm Jamaican. He was like, you have a visa, a K-1 visa, you know, a green card. So they go into all that. So the cop talks to Ashley. And so the cops was like, just to diffuse this situation, all right, Jay is going to get a couple of his things, because Jay was like, I just need a couple of things, you know, that I can take with me, you know, overnight till I can come and get the rest of my things. So they let Jay get a couple of his, you know, jogging pants, a t-shirt out the trash bag that's sitting by the door. Okay, Ashley comes down, complete ignores them. So Jay goes outside. You know, the officer seemed cool. The officer was like, look, can we give you a ride somewhere? Jay was like, no, you know, I have a ride. You know, so the ride picks up Jay, carries Jay on. Ashley is still in shambles, drinking wine, crying, talking about how she's going to explain this to her children, how, you know, they're going to be devastated. How can you tell a child that, you know, your husband has cheated on your mommy? You know, I am just upset by this. Let me just clear this up right now, friends. As I have said this whole time, I don't feel a bit sorry for Ashley. Now one. Okay. How you going to explain to your children how their stepdaddy cheated on you? You had no business bringing that 19-year-old boy in your house around your children to begin with. As soon as you found out that he was tweeting and sexting and doing whatever he was with that mysterious woman, you should have kicked him to the curb. You should have sent him back with his sister. But remember, you forgave him. You wanted to give him another chance. And look what happened. He out here banging some whore in a barbershop bathroom. You deserve everything you get. Them raccoon tears, it don't work on me. Now, as far as this child, Jay, who walked up in your house with a backpack, honey, he's going to end up back in Jamaica. Okay? That's just it. That's just what. And that's how it needs to be. Get a divorce, leave each other alone, and we won't have to worry about having our names in your mouth ever again. Now let's move on. All right, let's do two stories that's going to be real quick. Let's talk about Nicole and Azon. Nicole is at the smoothie shop with her adorable daughter, May. She FaceTimes with Azon. All right, so Azon's like, I like your purple hair. She was like, oh, you do? Oh, thanks. With that foolish look on her face. Okay, so she asks Azon, she says, did you get your emergency family situation under control? Azon, looking dazed and confused himself, he was like, oh yeah, it's going great. It's working out. It's doing great. So she's like, yeah, my parents, my family is trying to, you know, get me to tell them, you know, what it is. But hey, that's your business. I'm not here to tell your family business. And he was like, I appreciate it. I got that money back from, you know, the Grenada trip, so I can't wait to get to Morocco. Here's Azon. Azon was like, oh yeah, that's great. Listen here, Nicole. Azon was like, give me a month. You know, hold your horses. Over a month. Okay, but Nicole's not seeing it. She is blind and delusional. Azon just might as well have said, don't you bring your ass over here. How many times do I need to tell you I had to make up a fake family emergency just so I wouldn't have to see you? And you still ain't getting it. Nicole is on a whole new level of dumb. I'm sorry, y'all. Dumb. Okay? What does it take? It's going to take Azon literally to say out his mouth, I don't want you, and then spit in it. That's what it's going to take. Because then she comes talking about, I can't wait to marry you. She still has this thing in her head that Azon is going to marry her. That he is the one for her. Child, I have spent too much time on Nicole and Azon. And why do he ever FaceTime with May? May over there coloring. Why aren't you talking to your daughter? Child, that is it with Azon and Nicole. I am so sick of them two. Nicole has a head of rocks. I mean, whoo. Let's move on. Okay, let's talk about Russ and Pal. Pal is there with her mom, and she's going to FaceTime with her best friend, Juan. Y'all remember Juan? Honey, Juan was the one who couldn't stand Russ. And they did a flashback of when Pal was telling Juan about how she wanted to have a baby and wanted to marry him, and he was like, oh God, no, oh my God. So So she's FaceTiming with them and, shows Axel to, Juan and, Pal's mom. She likes Juan because she's known Juan practically his whole life. Yada, yada, yada. So they bring up Russ, all right? Russ comes into the room, honey, deflated. Honey, Russ can't stand Juan. Juan can't stand Russ. Juan volunteers to be this baby's godfather. He says, I'm going to be the godfather, and that's that. Pal was like, no, wait a minute now, okay? I did not say you was going to be the godfather. I said I wanted you in my son's life. Did nobody say nothing about being godfather? You better hold your horses. Honey, Juan wouldn't listen to that. Why should he? Okay? Pal has allowed this man to disrespect her husband. Okay? He done called her husband a fat pig. And she was like, stop it, the disrespect of it all. Pal said now, let this man talk about her husband in front of her husband's face. Honey, Russ should have cussed him out, period. Russ sat back there just looking, face turning red. Child, honey, it wouldn't be me. Absolutely not. This is my wife. I am the father of this child. You ain't gonna come nowhere near, period. I don't care if your mama like it. I don't care if Pal gets mad. You are going to disrespect me to my face and then make jokes and find it funny? Oh, no. And then Pal said now, talking about how am I going to have Axel around Juan when he disrespects my husband? What a mess. You're going to let this man disrespect your husband like that in front of his face? Talk about your best friend. Honey, Pal, you need better friends. Now let's move on. Now let's talk about Larissa and Colt. All right. Larissa, she has to go and talk to her lawyer. Guess who has to haul her around like a Uber? That's right, Mama Debbie. You can cut the tension with a knife. Miss Debbie sitting over there talking about, you okay? Honey, that demon sitting in the passenger side not saying a word. She said she don't like Miss Debbie. She said she don't trust Miss Debbie. But you don't trust her enough to take your ass to this lawyer's office. And why can't Colt take off a couple of days of work? Why you got your mama, who your demon spawn of a wife have disrespected every day she can, hauling her around to the lawyer's office, when she was the one that went upside your head? You can't take a couple of days off work, Colt? Honey, your whole insides is jelly. You don't have a backbone to save your life. But you got your mama hauling her around, who she done destroyed her property, went through her drawers, but you got Mama Debbie hauling her around. Honey, you need to be knocked upside the head. In fact, honey, the demon spawn didn't knock you upside the head hard enough. Period. So, Larissa's at the attorney's office, and the attorney's office said, you here again? I just seen you. Why you here? So, of course, Larissa tells the story. She says that there was, an argument. Colt took her phone, all right? The officers come. They handcuffed Colt, but Colt lied to the officers, all right, because she had a previous domestic assault, okay? The officers believed her. They uncuffed Colt, and they put the handcuffs, clink, clink, on her, hauled her off to jail. She said, I don't trust my husband. He lied to the officers, so. The lawyer was like, listen, I'm not here to listen to Colt's side. I'm not here to listen to the officer's side. I'm here to listen to your side and present it before the judge. I'm here for you. Let me work it out, okay? Stay out of trouble. Take your feet to the street. Bye-bye. So, it was the day of the arraignment. She gets back. Now, I don't know how she got there. Okay. She get an Uber. Miss Debbie didn't take her. Colt didn't take her. So Miss Debbie tries to go into the room, all right? Did y'all see that door handle? What happened to the door? Who broke that? The demon spawn Larissa, child. Larissa didn't want to hear it, okay? Miss Debbie was like, well, what happened, at the court? Demon spawn was like, get out. I want my privacy. Get out. I don't want to talk. Okay, so shut the door. Miss Debbie goes and picks up Colt at work. I guess they only got one call. So Colt's like, okay, well, what happened with the arraignment? And she was like, I don't know. Larissa ain't talking to me. And he was like, well, I haven't heard anything. So they get home, all right? And Colt, he's standing there. He was like, Mom. And so, honey, Mama Debbie was like, yes, son. Yes. Tell Tell me what I need to hear. Tell me you're going to leave that trifling heifer. Tell me. Here's Colt. Colt says, I can't live like this. Okay. She's not happy. You know, I done paid for this lawyer. I don't even know what happened in court. She's not saying anything. She's not talking to me. I'm unhappy. She's unhappy. She'll probably get deported. I want to end it. But I'm not sure because I love her. And so Mama Debbie, being all sweet as she could be, she was like, you can't live like this, Colt. You got to end it. You got to end it. The hills are alive with the sound of music. You know, that's what was inside Miss Debbie's voice. Honey, Miss Debbie was like, yeah, it's almost over. Yeah, it's almost over. Honey, Miss Debbie probably could have did the electric slide right then and there. If Colt would have said, I'm leaving this heifer, we're going to kick her out today. Honey, Miss Debbie would have packed that bag so fast. So Colt goes and tries to talk to Larissa, see what happened at the arraignment. Of course, she says, get out. I don't want to talk. I want my privacy. Respect me. Respect me. Leave me alone. You know, here's Colt. He was like, what about respect me? Okay? What's going on here? What do you want, Larissa? Like she needs to have a choice. She was like, get out. Respect me. So he leaves, you know, Jellyfish, you know, no spine, leaves. He sits downstairs and he pulls up the court records on his phone. And it says something like DA removal or denial or something like that. So he was like, does that mean that the case was dismissed? My thing is, why didn't he just call the lawyer that he paid for? Why did he call the lawyer? Can the lawyer not tell him what happened in court? He paid for it. I don't understand that. I just don't get it. So anyway, I don't know if that means case was dismissed. I have no idea. But why would she tell that? Why would she be happy about that? Honey, Larissa needs to go somewhere. She needs to get deported. Her evil self. Anyway, now let's move on to the crew. All right, we have Chantel and Pedro. All right. Pedro has asked Chantel to meet him at a local bar. His sister's there, some friends, and that skank that has a crush on Pedro. The one that he was grinding on, dancing, lifting up off the floor. That one. So Chantel shows up with a bed because she didn't want to show up alone. So a bed gets there, Chantel gets there, everybody's like, oh hey, you know, kissy kissy, huggy huggy. And so, you know, here is Pedro. Pedro sees a bed and was like, I don't like him because he has been talking trash about my sister and my mother. Okay? He ain't on my good list. I don't like him. Now, here is Chantel sitting 15 feet away from her husband. Okay? And here is that skate sitting like this, 2 inches from her husband. Okay? Alright. So, they get to talking and the friends immediately starts just hammering at Chantel. And that's exactly what they did at first. Okay? They was asking all types of questions about how long she been there, what have she done since she's been there, what's going on with your marriage? Okay? What went on in Atlanta? I mean just bam, bam, bam. Alright. Chantel, she's sitting there. Okay? Pedro ain't saying nothing. Now here comes the sister. Alright? Honey, this sister was on high alert. She was ready. And she go at it. Alright? Her and Chantel have some words over that fight that I am so sick and tired of. And the sister was like, your family hurt me. Okay, your family gave me scratches. Your family gave me bruises. Your family hit me. So all the friends was like, oh, so you let her get hit? And so Chantel was like, oh, no, wait a minute now. What about you? You scratched and you bit my brother. Okay, they're not hearing the whole story. But I keep thinking to myself, y'all didn't see the video. We all seen the video. You can't go watch the episode. But I digress. So they going back at each other. Then Chantel said, well, maybe you deserved it. But why Chantel said that? Honey, this evil sister pulled out her phone and said, oh, I deserve it? Oh, I deserve it? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I deserve it? Oh, all right. Well, let me show you something. What about this? What about this? You deserve that? Huh? You deserve it. see that? That's what you deserve. You deserve it. Now on this video is where, now on this phone is a video of Pedro grinding and lifting up the skank that is sitting 2 inches from him. Now, Chantel didn't realize that the same woman that Pedro is grinding on is the same woman that's 2 inches from her man's penis. She didn't see all that because she was just, blinded. She didn't see this coming. So, of course, the friends are shocked that Pedro's sister would do that. All right? Here's Pedro just sitting there. So, Evan was looking like, I know this heifer didn't just do that. Chantel, keeping her calmness, keeping her composure, said, I'm getting up and I'm leaving. So her the bed leaves. The friends had to tell Pedro to go after his wife. Pedro just sit there. He finally gets up, but it wasn't just him, the whole crew went. Okay. And so Chantal was like, listen, we're not doing this here. Okay. Let's go back to the hotel. Let's talk about this privately. All right, we're not going to make no scene. The bed was like, listen, honey, that sister ain't nothing but a bitch. So this goes on for I don't know how long. All right, Pedro was not going to go back to the hotel with his wife and discuss what she just seen. Okay. His friends had to literally persuade him to go with his wife. Meanwhile, the skank and the evil sister was like, oh no, you stay out here with us. Let her go by herself. The skank was like, come back with me. So Pedro was all over the place. Pedro, let me tell you something. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Okay. The minute your sister showed that tape, you should have grabbed that phone and busted it and said, honey, let's go. And that would have been that. Period. But you got to have your friends persuade you to get into a van to talk to your wife after your wife has seen what you did. Okay. Chantel kept her cool, y'all. Would y'all have kept your cool? Now, I know Chantel can't just be swinging up there in the DR. Because she would have had to take on her sister, and that skank would have jumped in too. So it would have been, too. But I think a man would have jumped in too. It would have been a brawl. Okay? So Chantel kept her cool, and Chantel don't need to be in no DR jail. Because we all know that the people in DR, honey, these tourists, honey, they ended up dating. So they go back to the hotel. Pedro gets in the room, and Pedro, he's ready to talk about what was on that video. Chantel said, look, I'm tired. I'm tired. I am drained. I just seen this video. I want to go to bed. So she goes to bed. The next morning, she's up having yoga. Pedro comes in, and she was like, what was that about? You told me that you was coming down here to spend time with your family, not dancing on some whore. Okay? What's the deal? So, of course, Pedro said, it's no big deal. She is my friend. We've been friends since we were kids, okay? Nothing happened. And so, Chantel was like, it don't matter if anything happened. Okay? It's disrespectful as heck, okay? I just cannot believe that you allow this woman to do this. And your sister showing that to me. And you didn't even do anything about it. How about you support me? Okay, how about you take care of me? How about you, be on my side? Okay, it was embarrassing. I was embarrassed last night. My feelings was hurt. You left me here by myself. So, of course, Pedro, all right, he tells her he loves her and blah, blah, blah. Okay, and that's it. Ciao. And of course, next week, we're going to have Pedro and Chantel meet up with the mother and sister. Y'all, when is this going to end? How long is Chantel vacation? How many vacation days she have at work? Does she have a job? She's been there for 5 days. Ciao. All right, I'm going to make this real short. Let's talk about Andre and Elizabeth. Okay. So as we know, Andre's father came to visit. And now he's going to visit Andre and Elizabeth's family. Elizabeth gets there early just to let the family know, now listen here. Okay, I don't want y'all cutting a shine. Please don't cut a shine. Y'all act accordingly. Okay, so his father gets there. They put on one big heck of a spread. Of course, Andre clocks this, and Andre was like, well, they never did that for me. He is envious of his own father. So, of course, his father, is talking to Elizabeth's dad, and he is appreciative. He says thank you. He also tells that Andre can be aggressive. A lot more aggressive, okay? He's an aggressive person. And that Andre needs to soften up a little bit because he don't want to see the families, fussing and fighting and, being upset. Andre's dad seems like a cool dude, laid back, mellow, and just like Elizabeth's dad said, child, between Andre and Andre's dad, two different personalities. So, Andre's dad looked like he had a good time. They even set off some fireworks for, Andre's dad and, good for them. But here's Andre. They never did that for me. They've never done that for me. They've never done that for me. Oh, God. Okay, so later on, we have Andre and Elizabeth talking about who is going to be in the delivery room. And of course, Elizabeth saying that the sisters and the mom wants to be in a delivery room. And Andre said, absolutely not. The only ones that's going to be in the room and the only ones that need to be in the room is myself and you. That's it. Your mother's not going to be in there and your sister's not going to be in there. But Elizabeth was like, well, they're going to be upset. Their feelings going to be hurt. But I'm going to have to tell them that they cannot come in a delivery room. So, how many people can go in a delivery room? I know where I'm from, I think it's 2 people can be in the delivery room. Don't quote me. But I think 2 people can be in the delivery room. But my whole thing is, I don't want to see my sister have a baby. I don't want to see her coochie. I don't want to see my sister having a baby. Ew. So, I know they're close and tight, but listen, it's between Elizabeth and Andre. And if Andre don't want them in the delivery room, then they shouldn't be in the delivery room. Elizabeth has to go ahead with them wishes. I mean, they don't all need to be up in there. They can wait in the waiting room. Period. So, she says that she's going to tell her mom and her sisters that they are not going to be in the delivery room. She also tells Andre, she says, whatever I say in that delivery room stands. You will listen to everything I say. And so he was like, yeah, this time I will. Andre, dick. He is a dick. Anyway, that's it, y'all. My mouth is dry. I don't know how long this video is. But anyway, if you stay to the end, you're the real one. Alright? So, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, friends. Bye.